Welcome back, and today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going over Nastya and whether you should summon or not tomorrow. Just for a brief quick answer, yes, probably, but there are some caveats to that. Before that, I did want to mention in the beginning of this video, I normally don't do this, in fact I don't think I've ever done it in the beginning of a video, but I did want to ask if you do enjoy my content, or if you want to see more of me, it would help me a ton if you hit that subscribe button. I know most of my viewers are not subscribed to me, and I completely understand that, because it's like, I don't know if I want this guy's videos popping up in my feed every now and again. So if you do want to see more from me, I definitely would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, just to deter people from doing that more, I'm gonna, before I get into this breakdown of Nastya, I'm gonna show this, because this piece of gear was insane. I just got this and it rolled like crazy, so I wanted to show that off a little bit before anything. So now that I've done that, let's go ahead and get into Nastya, who is the third legendary lord of the Esoterrus. One, she looks really cool. She has a video. I don't think I'm going to get her tomorrow. I only have like 52 summons or something like that. So let's go ahead and watch the video now. Starting out a little like Hot Suit's video. Interesting. Considering Hot Suit is not an Esoterrus at all. I wonder if she's got some lore with Hot Suit though. She does have kind of a similar look to Hot Suit too. Oh, look at that. Just poison gas. Violating the Geneva Convention right there. She definitely looks like she would be a cultist, not an Esoterrus. But she does look pretty cool. And there we go. Okay. So, yeah, definitely an interesting video. Background battle is complete as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into her. She's got candles on her shoulders. She's got a face on the back of her head. And she's covered in spikes. Yeah, so she is an interesting looking unit. She looks very cool. She's a single target attack, continuous damage, and she does ally buff. Now, I have not read over her kit yet, so this all I am taking at face value as of right now. It looks like she's got the normal mage range, and it stays the normal mage range. She has a pretty high attack for a single target mage, if I remember correctly. I don't remember single target mage attacks a whole lot. 2.6 attack interval. All right. And anything else stand outish? No, not particular. Other than this 25 cost. So she is quite expensive. So there is that. So let's look at her talent first. So her talent has a 40% chance to inflict 40% acute poisoning and 1 stacks of poison when dealing damage. When receiving direct damage from enemies, inflicts 40% acute poisoning and 1 stack of poison to the target. So anytime she gets attacked, she puts out a poison and acute poisoning, and she has a chance on attack. So acute poisoning, what this does is it increases all poison and toxic surge damage taken by 40%. Okay, so this increases the damage of poison. I believe the Lord here has a similar thing. I believe, maybe not. She does not. Okay, so she doesn't have any kind of acute poisoning. Oh, okay, so her A1 inflicts up acute poisoning. Interesting. She'll be good to have, but Nastya is going to be much better. So, there's that to start with. Her basic attack, 100% magic damage to one enemy, prioritizing the one with the highest HP. So she will prioritize the highest HP unit or target in range. This goes up to 120% magic damage to a single target. So solid. We'll come back to her ultimate. Passive number 1. Each time poison is successfully inflicted, deals true damage equal to 10% attack one time for every 1 stack of poison on the target. Increase the true damage on this hit by 1% up to 20%. Okay, so she just does damage, extra damage to poisoned units. Okay, interesting. And Apocalypse Rising gains poison immunity. Alright, so she can't be poisoned by Guild Boss 2. I think that's really the only place that is important now. Maybe some of Tower of Deception. I don't remember though. The content just didn't stick with me. I don't even think I definitely didn't push all the way through. I think I pushed to maybe 18, 19. I might push a little bit farther before it ends, but who knows. So gains poison immunity each time successfully inflicting poison or refreshing it 6 times. Increases the hero's attack by 4%, stacking up to 7 times. So this goes up to 10 stacks at 40% so 10 stacks, increasing her to 40% damage. Solid. We'll look at her ultimate before looking at her Lord skill. So, very cheap cost. This goes down to 450. It is an auto ult. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, interesting. So, lasts 3.5 seconds. It deals 260%, going up to 320% damage 6 times to one enemy with the highest HP in range, and inflicts 1 stack of poison and magic res reduction with each hit. So this is 6 stacks of poison right off the bat, and a 30% magic res reduction for 15 seconds. Wow. You might be able to keep this up 100% of the time. Not sure, but that seems pretty crazy. Let's see. For every 1 stack of poison on the target, increases this ultimate's damage by 1%, up to a 30% increase. Yeah. So she's going to be doing a ton of damage herself. She is a damage-dealing Esoterist Lord. Now, her faction skill, or Lord skill. The first 2 lines are the same, the reduced cost of the skills and basic attributes by 15% and 25% respectively. That is the same as Cyrus and Venoma. However, this third portion of it increases faction team members' damage against targets inflicted with debuffs by 5% per debuff, up to 40% increase. So, this is 8 stacks of poison, and all of your Esoterists will do 40% increased damage against a unit, or against a target. This makes for some insane scaling. Let's look at her awakenings, because, you know, I'm not going to get her awakenings. I'm not likely even going to get her. But let's see. Awaken 1, her ultimate gets enhanced with each hit of the ultimate inflicts stun on targets with poison. When activated, applies poison immunity to 2 allies within range. Alright, that just helps with phase 1 and phase 3 of Guild Boss 2. That is huge. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, attack plus 300, solid, and at a 2, increases faction team members' penetration by 5%. Awesome, so all faction team members do more damage. And A3, this is the one I've heard is pretty crazy. I haven't looked at it yet. This is, again, on her ult. If only 1 target exists in range, increases acute poisoning inflicted by the talent to 70%. Wow. Okay, so instead of it being 40%, it's just like 90% stronger. That's pretty insane. That's going to do a ton of damage. So that is a 70% damage increases all poison and toxic surge damage by 70%. That's huge. Okay, so A3 is pretty broken. A4, penetration plus 8%. And A5 also affects her ult. The only thing she does is affect her ult with her awakenings. Deals 25% increased damage to targets inflicted with poison. Alright, so she's gonna just do more damage to enemies with poison. This isn't great by any means, but it is extra damage. So, all in all, after reading her kit, she is definitely worth going for. There are some caveats. Now, Sargok is also very good. I'm not going to go over him. I have him A1. If you want to see how he works and him in action, definitely let me know. I'll be more than happy to put a video on him. But Nastya, definitely strong. Now, one of the caveats that you can look at when going for Nastya: do you have Soul Cadence and do you have a good Infernal team? Because they're pretty much going to be taking the place of the Infernal team in Abyss 1. So if you already have Soul Cadence and an Infernal team set up, or if you have, say, Twin Fiend and your Infernal team is set up, you may not want to go for it, just because it is going to make it so that you have to build out 3 new people. One of the people isn't coming until next week, more than likely, that being Vorn. Numera is one of the essential units of this squad. She does a ton of damage herself, so she, with Nastya and Vorn, are some of the top damage dealers in boss content that can be poisoned. I say that because I'm sure there's going to be bosses out there that will not be able to be poisoned, and this squad will be pretty much useless against them. That's going to be, a nerf to them in 6 months, and it's going to be a big controversy. I'm sure there's going to be that. I personally did not get Numera. I will try again tomorrow after I summon for Nastya, and like I said, I will be summoning for her. I only have like 50 summons for her, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. That's not what I was looking for. Nope, that's also not what I was looking for. Storage, that's what I was looking for. I have 52 summons for her. So we'll see if I get her. I highly doubt I will, but I mean, it'd be cool if I did. And then it'd be cool if I turned around and got Numera after that. But yeah, there is that. If you don't have a single target magic damage dealing squad, this is the next best, or the new best thing, because they will be dethroning Soul Cadence and Infernal teams. How quick they do it is questionable, but they will be doing it. Once people get the kinks worked out, ironically with the way she looks, once they get the kinks worked out and they start figuring out how to use her correctly and all that, she will be the top squad. And actually, Numera may already be on some of the top squads. Let's see if anybody was just too impatient and went straight for it with Numera. Actually, I know for a fact. Okay, so he didn't save the score, but Donkey here did say that he went at it with Numera. It doesn't look like anybody here on the top of the leaderboard did. These have probably been here for a while already, and to be honest, the squad doesn't have its full potential yet. The full potential won't come until Vorn comes out as well, and then all of these top spots are going to be filled with Vorn, Nastya, and Numera. That I'm 90% sure of. At least the top score here is going to have them, or at least within the top 5, I'd say we'll have them. I just say that because these guys are nuts. Like this 488, that's insane. That's nuts. But yeah, they are definitely a very good squad to go for, and the biggest headliner of it is Nastya herself. She's going to be doing a ton of damage, and she is definitely worth pushing for. So let me know if you are planning on summoning for her. I am planning on pulling what I have for her. She is the last thing that I really have to save for, Ancients wise. Ancients, I mean, I'm pretty much set on. If I get her, I'll have the Esoterus Ancient Lord, because I don't have Cyrus. I don't have Pelagios or Lady A. I can't get Lady A from that. For these, Luguru, Desome, and, you know, Captain Hook here, Admiral Claw. Yeah, I mean, none of these guys are really worth me pulling for. So, as far as it comes with Ancient Lords, Rygar, I don't have. And that's about it. Rygar and Cyrus for Ancient Lords. Cyrus would be nice, but I don't really need him. So she is the answer right now for what am I saving for, and we'll see how that goes when I pull for her. And after that, it's just going to be saving for whatever next new unit comes out. But yeah, let me know if you are planning to go for her. Let me know if you watch this after you already pulled her. Let me know what you think of her. And yeah, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you like my content, it helps a ton if you subscribe. I will allow you to find my content a little bit easier, for one, but also it helps me because it supports me. If you liked this video, definitely throw a like on it. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, comment below on what you're planning on doing for tomorrow, or if you're just planning on saving. So thanks for watching this long. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.